My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire. Now, the patch notes are extensive. So if you are just looking for the run and nothing to do with the patch, it's probably like 5 minutes, 10 minutes in the future at the point at which the run starts. So until then, look at this. It starts up here and it scrolls all the way down to here. It's insane. Okay. Save slots. Players are now able to have up to 3 saves. Deletion of saves is now possible. Steve achievements are not deletable. Total complete percentage is now shown based on ascensions, unlocks, and achievements. Mine is apparently not going... Mine is probably not going to be considered complete just because the defect reset and hasn't... Oh, wait, what? It's got all my cards discovered. It's not showing any of my ascension wins there, though. Okay, so where is this overall percentage? It looks like a no on that. Oh no, it's probably up here. Right. Yeah, no, 100%. Okay. That makes sense. Time to start a new... I'm kidding, obviously. One of these days, though. Oh, one of these days. May start a new file. We'll see. We'll see. Until then, though, back to the patch notes. Playtime's now shown, updated whenever you die or win. Renaming is currently disabled. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so there's 4 new custom mods, red, green, blue, and colorless cards, which introduced into the card pool. So you can even just enable custom mod colorless cards, and the colorless cards are in the card pool. And that's kind of cool because you don't often get to play with them. New Beyond encounter, there's 2 of them. The Jawworm Horde, so I have to imagine that's 3 or possibly even 4 Jawworms from the first floor. The Beyond being the final floor, by the way. Snecko with Mystics. Well, the Mystic is the priest enemy, right? The healing enemy from the encounter in the city. So a Snecko with Mystics, well, that means that you would probably have to, like, destroy the Mystics first, especially if there's 2, which is implied, at the very least 2, by the pluralization. So that could actually be a problem for some decks. Because the Snecko with the Mystics, if you're like a 0 cost or a low cost or an infinite deck or something like that, an infinite deck especially that needs setup, the Snecko with those Mystics could screw you up. So that could be a problem. There's a new city encounter, Shelled Parasite plus Fungi Beast. Now, the Fungi Beast is from the first floor. When you kill it, you become vulnerable for 2 turns. They also buff themselves occasionally and increase their damage. It's replacing the Shelled Parasite and Slaver combination that used to be in the city. I don't know if the Slaver or the Fungi Beast is going to be easier. I have a feeling that the Fungi Beast is going to be a little easier because the Shelled Parasite and Slaver combat was actually like one of the most lethal on the 2nd floor. The Champ Execute has been nerfed. It used to be 7x3. This is the attack they use after their purge, right? It used to be 7x3, but it was always at least 13x3 because when they purge, they also gain 6 strength. So it was at the very least 39 damage, but now it's 9x2, and then with the increase, that'll be 15x2, so it'll be 30. It'll be a lot easier because of the higher initial damage number to lower it with, you know, what is it? Not lower it with straight up damage reduction, but with weakness. Slash buff goes... Well, actually, let's think about that for a second. So, hang on. 13 reduces to 9 when weakened, right? 15 reduces to 11. So, yeah, you're saving 4 in each instance. And it's... Oh, no. Weakness is actually less effective now. Because you're saving 4 in each instance, and it's 3 instances of 4 in the start and 2 instances of 4 in the latter. So Weaken is actually less effective against the champion, of course, because it's a percentage, right? And a percentage would just apply after all of those because it's a division, right? Fair enough. The slash attack has been buffed from 15 to 16, and slap has been buffed from 10 to 12. Now, that's primarily just to account for doing a little bit of extra early damage. I still think overall this is going to be a nerf because of the 2 times multiplication, but I'm having a little bit of difficulty justifying why. I guess because if they get extra strength before they do their purge, it will affect them less when they go into their execute phase. The Enlightenment card, now this is the 0 cost, all other cards in your hand cost 1 for this turn, or rather 1 until played, and then the upgrade is all other cards in your hand that cost more than 1, cost 1 for the rest of this combat. It's now uncommon rather than rare. That's going to make it much more reliable in decks like, I don't know, Meteor Strike Enlightenment, for example, maybe? The Forethought card has been buffed. That's the place a card at the bottom of your deck. It used to cost 1, it now costs 0, and its upgrade now allows you to put, instead of any card from your hand to any number of cards from your hand to the bottom of the deck. That is like a slight buff to the Grand Finale deck, because you can just put an amount of, you can put your Grand Finale, hopefully you draw your Grand Finale and Forethought in the same hand. You could have a setup, but if you're having a setup, why are you not just using the setup? Oh, sorry, I'm not talking about setup. You could have a Well-Laid Plans, but if you have Well-Laid Plans, why are you not just using that to get your Grand Finale to the bottom and using variable draw? But this is just, I guess, another way to accomplish that. If you get Forethought and Grand Finale in the same hand, you can put a certain amount of cards onto the bottom of your deck to guarantee that that will be the amount that you draw into without a new shuffle and play the Grand Finale. I don't think it's going to be as effective. I mean, obviously, it's a colorless card as well, and it requires an upgrade, and it does it less efficiently than Well-Laid Plans, which is an uncommon power that doesn't require an upgrade in order to achieve this purpose for a Grand Finale deck. I don't really think it's going to be that big for Grand Finale, but maybe. The Gold Shrine's event Desecrate option now gives 25 more gold. To pray to the altar is to get 100. To desecrate it is to get 250 plus the Curse of Regret. So this is 275 plus the Curse of Regret. It's trying to make those curse-giving things a little more appealing, because the longer and longer you play the game, the more and more it starts to become, oh wait, I just shouldn't ever take those. Ever. At all. The Gremlin Leader's HP has been lowered. The range it used to be is 155 to 164, and now it's 140 to 148. That's pretty significant. That's like 15 lower, 15 to 14 lower. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It'll make it a little more incentivized in aggressive decks to just rush the Gremlin Leader down rather than worry about controlling the waves. And it means that like single large hit decks will also be able to do all of their setup and then at a point earlier than they used to be able to destroy the Gremlin Leader. The Hexago's 6th turn Inferno attack now deals slightly less damage. So if you left them alive for 6 turns, it's actually 7 turns, but if you left them alive for 7 turns, their 6th attack would be Inferno, and it would oftentimes just blow you up. It effectively became a DPS race a lot of the time against the Hexaghost on the first floor. And now it does slightly less damage. I appreciate that. Is it going to be enough to make Hexaghost not oftentimes the worst boss on the first floor? I don't know. The Nemesis has been buffed in 2 different ways. Their Scythe attack now deals 45 rather than 40, and their HP has gone up by 10 at the lowest end and 14 at the highest end. You could seriously low roll a Nemesis fight now. I don't know about that. The Nemesis didn't feel like the easiest to lead on that floor. Obviously dependent on your deck, but still. Meow Potion now opens reward screen with the 3 potions rather than just giving you the 3 potions. Not entirely certain how that's going to have an interaction. Meow's 50% downside, now this is lose 50% of your current HP downside, has been lowered to 30%. That is important, and they could probably actually go a little bit further with that and go like to 25 to 20%. Because it is by far the worst downside on the first floor. Your health management is extremely important, and it's so difficult to convince me to take the 50% HP outside of already having Ironclad, right? And possibly even some rests lined up. Speaking of Ironclad and health recovery, the Offering card has now been nerfed to HP loss of 6 rather than 5. You'll notice that this is similar to a nerf that the Offering card got earlier, where it was nerfed from, I think, was it 3 to 5 HP loss or maybe 4 to 5. Effectively, what they're trying to do here is make Offering not an always pick, so that you don't just, number one, always pick Offering, but number two, it's so that you don't end up in a circumstance where Offering is good for your deck, but you keep taking it every single time because it has no downside or no significant downside. At this rate, if you have like 3 Offerings in your deck, you're losing 18 HP per fight and healing 6 from Burning Blood. Where are you getting the rest of your HP from? So you really have to plan around the downside of Offering rather than just always taking it now. Reptimancer enemy is now affected by Ascension buffs. Okay, that's probably just a fix. The Ritual card has been buffed. The Ritual Dagger card has been buffed from 12 to 15 instant damage. And its upgrade, that is to say the Ritual Dagger Plus, now allows it to gain 2 more than it used to. Okay, so the Ritual Dagger used to work by if you kill an enemy, increase this card's damage by, I think, 3. And then when you upgraded it, it would increase it by 4. So this, I'm to assume, means that when you upgrade it, it will increase it by 5. Elite Sentry enemies have been buffed to do damage +1, and their HP has been increased by around 3. The sentries are probably the easiest first floor combat, because after you take out either the front or the back line of Sentry, you only need to block 8 a turn and you will always be fine. So if you have a single upgraded defense, that's good. If you have like a Shrug It Off or a Survivor, which is in the base deck for the Silent, that works. I'm a little worried still about that, but we'll see. Spire the Growth enemy is now affected by Ascension buffs. Okay, that's a fix. Transmutation card has been buffed. Now, most colorless cards cost 0 or X, but there are a couple recently introduced that cost more than that. There's Mayhem, which costs 2, and then upgraded costs 1. There's definitely not having to look this up at all, but because of course I know it off of the top of my head. You can't get that events. That's combat. Discovery counts as 1. Madness, of course, used to be 0, I think. Counts as 1. Mind Blast. Most of them are 0 cost, but not all of them are 0 cost. Hand of Greed, Magnetism, Metamorphosis, Apotheosis. I can't believe I ignored most of these. The Bomb as well. But now they'll cost 0. That's actually really, really important. And it also makes Transmutation actually much more playable, because previously the worst case scenario is Transmutation is an X cost card. Once you cast Transmutation, you are not casting anything after it that has a cost, unless of course you have like energy regeneration in your hand, like Adrenaline, Offering, etc. Right? But now you don't have to have that. You are guaranteed to always be able to cast everything that you get from Transmutation. In my opinion, that takes Transmutation from pretty bad to, yep, totally solid. I'm not yet okay to say it's good. I'd like to play around with it a little, but it's solid. Now, looks like Scrape and Awful One work with cards that are set cost 0 until played. Red Skull Relic no longer has odd behavior if you heal at the start of a combat. Cool, that's something that's happened to me before. And the rest of that looks all good. So, it's video game time. We did it. Hi, everyone who skipped that. Welcome back. My name is Rhapsody, and welcome to Slay the Spire. Who had the most interesting changes? Like, no one? They were mostly external of characters. Like, the colorless cards were changed a lot. Offering was changed. I kind of just want to do an Ironclad run. I'm just feeling like an Ironclad run right now. Obtain a random rare card. Let's make it work. Let's go. Boom. Barricade. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, it's time for a Barricade deck. Wow. There's no possibility of more than 2 elites on this floor. That's a little disconcerting. Oh well, let's roll with it. Whew. Okay, so we're not going to be able to play Barricade for like a lot of fights. Just got to come to terms with that. It's going to be a win condition. Sleeper win condition. I don't really want any of those. So I definitely want things like Offering, despite its nerf, because it will allow me to set up Barricade with less of a turn cost. Ghostly Armor is really good. It's a very, very high amount of defense for a single energy. I like it a lot. 17 HP on the front line. It means that I can kill them in the bash combo. I could have struck again there, but it wouldn't have done anything. And we're not weakened. Bash for the kill. Aww. Damn it. There's Entrench. Now that we have the Ghostly Armor... yeah, I'll bash here. Now that we have Ghostly Armor, Entrench, and Barricade, we actually have all of the fixins for just like a really, really nice defensive build. I could have played both defends, but then I wouldn't be able to play the Entrench, right? The 10 was the maximum block I could have gotten that turn. Oh, there's an argument to be made here for taking armaments and upgrading it in the first spot. Because the block it gives me is also not useless. I'm gonna take armaments because this is also a deck that is gonna need. Oh my god, armaments got upgraded. This is a deck that's also gonna need so many upgrades to function. So upgrading the armaments so that it is going to help me with those upgrades is nice-ish. I hate this though. I have to burn my Ghostly Armor there. If I wanted to get my Barricade out, and I do and did. All right. Cool. Oh man, the Entrench is upgraded, but we don't have it. I was hoping to double defend Entrench, by the way. Entrench is on the bottom of the deck with my upgraded Strike as well. Fine, I'm gonna play this one defensive. Oh, come on! 2 defense. Really? That was really not likely. Okay. Guess I'll play that one just to upgrade my other stuff. Oh, boy. Just pick up a lot of defense this turn because we've got 2 turns after this just for Ruthless Aggression. Shovel, you can now dig for looted rest sites? Well, I guess, maybe. Early Rampage. No, we're not a Rampage deck. Second Rampage. We're not a Rampage deck, damn it. Start removing the strikes. Charon's Ashes, Karen's Ashes, Sharon's Ashes, whatever it is. Whenever you exhaust a card, deal 3 damage to all enemies. Okay. Single strike. Single unupgraded strike to the front line, because now a single unupgraded strike to the front line will kill them. All right. First point of damage taken. It's probably best for me to just start going aggressive here. So 10, 13, not for lethal. Okay. 4 more damage here. Possibility of lethal this hand. Did exist. Didn't get it though. Will have it this hand. Hell yeah. Alright. No, not rage. Bad way to build attacks. Okay. Or rather, bad way for us to build defense. That's what I meant. These are the fungi beasts, by the way. These are the ones that are being added to the shelled parasite encounter next floor. Okay, I have to take 9 damage this turn. The fact that I only had a single defense there meant that basically my best defense was killing one of them. We need some more long setup fights. Alright, Dex Potion's nice. Berserk is also quite good. The thing is, I worry about its usefulness in a defensive deck. Because when do you play it, right? When you have your setup all together as a defensive deck is when obviously you'd want to play Berserk, right? Because you'll be able to defend. But when you already have your entire setup as a defensive deck, you're already going to win. Nothing's hitting you anymore, right? Especially since you have Entrench, you will definitely just ball out of control in terms of your block. So what is it helping you do? It gives you some extra energy, but if you play it early, before you get your defensive setup, then you're just going to take more damage while you're trying to do your defensive setup. I'm going to take it. I don't know about it, though. I just don't know. I want to upgrade more cards. Like, I want to upgrade the Barricade and the Berserk. Because I kind of have to upgrade the Barricade, because otherwise I'm saying that when I play Barricade, I'm either playing it naturally by itself, or I play Armament then Barricade. Because I have no extra energy yet. As much as I want to dig, I think the core upgrades in this deck are so important that I can't leave them to chance. Well, this is unfortunate. At the very least, Karen's Ashes is going to destroy them all when they put those days into my deck, but we're going to take a lot of damage in that meantime. None so far. Oh, that Berserk will destroy me next turn. See, because I know that 18 damage is coming in, so I know I'd be taking 27 damage. That's 9 more damage. Wow. So if I hit the back line with both, then they'll die to the days. We'll only take 9. Oh, man. Entrenching nothing. Just let him burn. Come on, defensive hand. Double 0? I know, it's insane, but double 0 is still 0. Prayer Wheel, non-boss chests, drop an additional card reward, and Body Slam. How this deck deals damage. Nope. We're safe to just remove another strike. I don't like the armaments pickup. It's gotten to the point that I realized that so many of these upgrades are just core and have to happen. Okay, if I play armaments, then Berserk will only affect me with vulnerability for 2 turns. But Berserk affecting me with vulnerability for 2 turns, when it ends the turn the enemy is going to start trying to do shenanigans. Yeah, it ends the turn they attack. Beautiful. And now we're basically just covered for the rest of the fight. My goal is just to entrench again and then kill in a single body slam. I mean, because they can just keep putting things into my deck. They'll never out-defend me. That's just not happening. Sorry, they'll never out-aggress my defense. Body slam next. And boom. Got him. Okay, steroid potion as well as offering. There we are. Have to take it. Whoa, hang on. Lose 5 HP? Wasn't that just changed to be 6? Could have sworn it was. The extra energy is way too important, so you have to take the Mark of Pain. It's 2 wounds into the draw pile, which isn't great, I'll admit, but we're also, past this point, quite likely to pick up True Grits. Okay, so here's the champion. I guess we'll see whether or not the patch has actually gone through. It's in the patch notes, so it should be there. Okay. Can get another card removal here as well. Nice. Yeah. I'm gonna Swift Potion here because that whole hand was just garbo. Armaments. Defend, then Offering. Mm-hmm. Ghostly Armor. Double Defense, Entrench, Berserk, and then Body Slam the backline. Hopefully the extra energy this turn does something for me. Mm-hmm. Nothing. Does nothing. If I use the Steroid Potion, I could have saved myself 10 HP there. Is that worth it? Not when I've got 4 elites on the path. Second Body Slam. Probably not. Shrug it off. That's pretty big. The Sentinel. Won't be. Don't have a way to exhaust it yet, unfortunately. It's just an upgraded defense at this point. I'll take it as like a defense with an upside right now. I kind of want Body Slam, but I also want Shrug It Off. It's defense as well as cycle. We have extra energy in the deck now as well. I'll take the Shrug It Off. Okay. Well, I know next turn this enemy isn't attacking, so. And if I play Berserk, their vulnerability takes a 5 to a 7, and I'm defending for 13 this turn, so I'll take 1 damage. It's fine. Take 1 damage there, and then the enemy hexes me this turn. Unfortunately, the hex actually will be annoying. Give me new cards. Body Slam's still in the deck, right? No? Okay. It is not. Still gonna play the defense, though. Basically, just so I can try and outlast the enemy here. Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, I'm gonna Ghostly Armor Entrench. There's nothing the enemy can do that's gonna prevent them from, or rather prevent me from winning this fight at this point. They'll probably, in fact, quite likely, just end up dying to Charon's Ashes exhausts after the days are put into my deck. Hey, that's 2 days, and we'll let them blow up to kill the enemy. No, probably none of those. Upgraded Disarm. No. I'll pass it over. Yeah. I came here with full... Oh. I came here with full expectations that I was just going to remove another strike, and I'm more than happy to do that. Remove a gun. Yeah. Get another strike out of there. Ooh, Purple Fire Spirits. Receive a reward based on my offer. So it's... Okay, there's a problem now, because I actually really want to offer the Berserk. Yeah, I'm doing it. It's going to give me 10 max HP as well as a full heal, so I get 21 HP. And the Berserk, while I can occasionally find time to use it, do I need the extra energy that much? Let's actually debate that, right? A standard draw after I'm in full swing, right, is maximum like 6. Those 4 in a bash. So the Berserk's still handy in that hand. Damn it. I actually kind of want to get the bash out of the deck. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Whoo, that's a good opening hand. I mean, I could Dex Potion. I think I'll be fine in this fight. I think a Dex Potion would be in excess to requirement. Not a huge fan of how much damage my enemy's doing, but thankfully the Entrench is going to make it seriously pretty trivial. Every time I thicken my deck, I need to concern myself with the fact that I'm making the Entrench less likely to draw. Lantern, gain energy in the first turn of each combat. That's huge for us. Alright, I want to upgrade Offering so that I can draw with Offering before I Armaments rather than having to do the inverse. That's if that's the action I'm taking, naturally. Okay. This is really bad. We're going to use the Skill Potion to try and get Draw. We didn't get Draw. That's really bad. Alright, I'm going to take the Entrench. I'm also going to use the Dex Potion here. I'm going to Steroid Potion the Strike to kill the Sneaky Gremlin, and then I'm going to play the Berserk. Managed to set it up so I'll take no damage. I've got 2 Entrenches in the deck, so we're actually going to be a lot more defensible than you otherwise might suspect. And, oh, you decided to attack this turn as well? You sucker. I hate you. I'm mad, but don't worry, we'll be fine. There we go. Beat that. I mean, they will, though. Not by much. Then defend. Trench. Unfortunately, that strike won't kill the Sneaky Gremlin. Basically, I'm just ignoring them and going for the Gremlin leader. So I've got 14 cards. One of them is Body Slam. That's the one I'm looking for. I'm also looking for basically any of the cards that draw. Entrench, obviously, as well, because, yeah. Beat that. Get dunked out of this universe. Okay, Tori. Ooh, Corruption? No. With the extra energy, though, the second Shrugodoff's not a bad idea. Take it. Okay. Warpaint upon pickup, upgrade 2 random skills. Oh my god, a Shrugodoff is in ghostly armor as well? Hell yes. I'll shrug it off first and second. Man, really wanted to get a barricade there. Ouch. Offering is just card draw now. Okay, I'll Armaments, and shrug it off, and Entrench. Now I should basically be out of the damage cycle. Probably should have played Ghostly Armor there. Whoops. I'm already vulnerable basically until the end of the fight, so whatever. Give me a Body Slam. There we go. Energy Potion as well as no, and Evolve does have a use because I don't have any True Grits yet. If I take Evolve, it's actually just like a hastening of my draw. It's like a delayed draw, but this deck is going to cycle through its draw pile many times. So, should be okay. Pretty unlikely to play Berserk here, right? And take the enemy to 11, 33. Oh, 30. Okay. Not that bad. And they're not going to be attacking this turn. It was quite likely they weren't going to attack this turn, which is one of the reasons that was the reasonable thing to be doing. Yeah! Count me defended. Got him. No. Pretty wary about my own HP. Don't need the extra energy. Second Ghostly Armor would be nice, but if it was upgraded... It's for an unupgraded Ghostly Armor, I don't think I'm going to want to slow down my cycle for that. Okay. I'll play the Evolve first, just so that any negative draws from the offering are still mitigated. Cool. Probably important to use the Dex Potion this fight. Aww. Oh, really wanted my barricade. Looks like we're gonna have a really garbage turn here. We like extremely can't play Berserk here. Because then next turn we die. Probably. So we've taken no damage in this fight yet. We can't play any attacks this turn, but that's fine. We probably weren't going to. We're not vulnerable this turn either. We are, though, on this turn. All right. I think I now have enough defense that I can play the Berserk. And I'm going to kill the Taskmaster first. The other two are the ones you kill if you have, like, damage considerations. But I'm killing the Taskmaster first because I don't want my entire deck to be wounds. I know! Weird, right? Okay. I'll keep throwing errant stabs at the Slaver in the back line. The front line is going to be the one I take down with the Body Slam. I should just end, basically, any hand that doesn't have the Body Slam in it right now. Got it. Bag of Marbles. At the start of each combat, apply one vulnerability to all enemies. That's unlikely to be relevant to us. Not going to take another Shrug It Off. Okay, Days are going to be put into our deck, so sure. Should Shrug It Off first. I mean, I can play the Ghostly Armor, but I'm not getting any benefit for it. I mean, if we had Calipers, we would be able to hold a lot of our block until we get the barricade out, which would be nice. Okay, none of those are the Dazed? Damn it, give me Dazed. Both of the Dazed are on the bottom of the deck. The only time I want the Dazed in my hand, they're on the bottom of the deck. Okay, video game. Okay. Yeah. Sounds fair. Sounds all good, game. Okay, now that we have all of those days in our hand, we can actually just relax and let them kill the Sentinel. They said it was the Elite Sentinel encounter that had the plus damage buff, but this guy was doing 9 damage as well. Wonder if that's a little bit of an oversight there. And no, and no again. We've seen all of those. I feel like I'm seeing the same cards this run. Just like a lot of copies of the same cards. Felt this before as well, actually. Okay. Shrug it off. Ghostly Armor. Most important thing here is that I get defense. I can worry about evolve later. Is that true? That is true. Like, evolve would have drawn me 2 cards this turn, but I just need to stack my defense high first. Whew. Well, I'm not going to kill without the body slam anyway, so I may as well just wait for that. Hey, drew another card. Come on, body slam. Got it. I could probably take feed and then prolong fights until I could get max HP out of them, but I could also just not do that. Upgrade the evolve, because oftentimes we don't know whether to play the evolve before or after drawing. The armaments at this point is totally useless, by the way. There we go. Great opening turn for us. I'm going to pretend that I did that intentionally so that I could get those all in play. Whereas reality would stipulate that I did not, and I'm just bad. Armaments! Now basically the entire deck is upgraded. Okay. Big ol' defend, entrench. We're probably not even going to get to the second phase of the champ, because I'm just going to stand here until we have a large enough barricade to blow the enemy up in a single turn. I mean, it's just the safer option. Shrug and ghostly armor and defend and entrench and bye. I didn't decide that this was going to be a defensive deck. The game decided. It gave me the red card. I told you I was going to work around it, and then this is what we happened. This is what... we would actually be able to draw regardless of the negative of Immolate here because of the evolve in the deck, but at the same rate, we could also not do that. Why would we deal damage that way? We don't need to. Ugh, extra energy as well. Philo Stone is a really good extra energy thing in a defensive deck because our deck is already like being able to play another card allows me to be more defensive, and because my whole deck is tuned around being defensive, my defense is more powerful and more impactful than the enemy's greater or slightly greater offense. It's the aggressive decks that really need to look out for that. Okay, barricade, shrug. Defend, and body slam. Taking damage! Yeah, that was bad. Really wanted the entrench, by the way, and that's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Actually, I think I lost 6 HP when I played the offering, but I think it only said 5 on the card. Let's double check that next time we play it. If you're wondering why I'm not body slamming, I need to get them all relatively low on HP before I do anything. Otherwise, they'll just regenerate while I'm trying to do other things. So I basically just have to use the occasional strike to try and work them down equally. Okay, we're out of the damage race. That midliner is actually going to resurrect with less health than I put him down with. So that's good. Yeah, they definitely can't harm us at this point. Yeah. They had 34. They came back with 25. Is it impossible that next hand kills? No. I'm going to burn the ghostly thing out of the deck. I don't need the defense anymore. Okay, so the way that this kills is if I got lucky on the things that I just didn't get lucky on. Oh well. Okay. 1 down, 2 down. Increase my cycle through my deck. Just need any aggressive card next turn. Come on. This is going to be the most boring fight that we've been in this entire time. And that's saying something. Smoke Bomb! Escape a non-boss combat and receive no rewards. Thanks! I hate it. We could also get a Burning Pact. Right? Would help me thin down my hand. Or what if I took the Second Wind? Exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand, right? So I can use it to just get rid of Berserk if I don't want it in a certain fight. It will get rid of Sentinel. Because I have the energy that I need, I'll be able to play all of the cards I want before I Second Wind. A lot of the time, Second Wind is just going to start burning out negatives from my deck, like the burns and stuff like that. I'm taking a Second Wind here. Sure, let's go. Okay. Well, this is kind of funny. The Stone Calendar at the end of turn 7 deal 40 damage to all enemies. That's always going to trigger for us. Sure, I've always wanted to use Stone Calendar in a nice defensive deck. We'll actually get to play with it here. But the colors cards have actually been significantly changed, and I really want to get a transmutation, sorry. So probably not going to take any of those. Enlightenment is useful to get precisely Barricade into play and nothing else, so it's not that good for us. Oh. Gain 30 block in a single card. You can't gain block from cards for the next 2 turns. Thing is, my next 2 turns would gain more than 30 block in turn. So that's not going to work for me. I could try and go with like 2 hands of green and then turn this into like a farming thing, but it's not a great idea. I'll take Secret Technique. Probably nothing else, unfortunately. Now, I'm taking the Secret Techniques so that I can fish for primarily Offering. Wait a second here. Oh no, it burned the entrench. Of course it did. I knew that wasn't gonna. Never mind, it worked. Forgot the ordering there. But yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Yeah, Feel No Pain's not bad. If it was pre-upgraded, it would be so much better though. See, I don't create things that I exhaust. I'm probably not going to. Is our final boss? Yeah, if the final boss was Donu and Deca, since they put Dazed into our deck, I would probably take the Feel No Pain, but it's not, and I'm not going to as a result. Rare Relic. This one just kind of seems obvious, gotta be real. We'll armaments here. I'm going to secret technique looking for Shrug It Off, looking for barricade. Didn't get it. I can't play the Berserk yet. It just won't help me. In fact, I'm probably just not playing Berserk this fight. Fine, let's thin down our deck. I mean, that's a pretty admirable defense right there. Huh. Secret technique gets the Shrug It Off. The Shrug It Off gets the body slam. The body slam then has enough damage to kill. Nice. Alright. Magic Flower healing is 50% more effective during combat. That's really nice. That's going to be a great way of keeping us above board. Alright, Offering. 62. Yeah, it did 6 damage. It just says 5 on the card. Okay. Okay. World makes more sense again. Yeah, bunch of damage. Entrench. Oh, we'll secret technique for the ghostly armor. The extra energy is probably not going to do anything, but it's also probably not going to harm me, so... Yay, extra energy! Get him! Yeah, 508. Nice. Do Doll for each curse in your deck. Start each combat with 1 additional strength. Unfortunately, strength is not what we want in this deck. Flame Barrier is probably a little too late. It's a nice way to bootstrap your defense early, but we have upgraded Shrug It Offs and we have an upgraded Ghostly Armor. I'll probably drop the Smoke Bomb for a Fire Potion because I'm not going to use the Smoke Bomb. Let's just be real. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start digging. Ooh, old coin. 300 gold. Nice. Possible shop in this space, but that's it. Unless I want to deviate, but if I deviate, I don't get as many elites. I want more elites. I want to take him down. Okay. And secret technique for Shrug It Off. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it, Barricade. Stop being on the bottom of the deck. Oh, Christ. That's really bad. That's a really bad hand. Like, Secret Wind can exhaust both of these. Second Wind, rather, can exhaust both of them and get me some defense, but... But I do want to keep the Entrench. The Entrench is my win condition. Oh. Oh, that was... yeah, that hurt. That hurt, I gotta admit. The wrong draw order, the wrong... basically everything. I can't make myself vulnerable, so we're gonna burn the Berserk. I'll take the Entrench, then it's gonna be Defend, Entrench, Second Wind, burns both of those, then I'll Body Slam for 1 damage. Hell yeah. Draw is helped out, and then the Entrench Body Slam for kill. Okay, that still took a hell of a lot out of me. Gremlin Horn, whenever an enemy dies, gain an energy and draw a card, as well as... Second Body Slam? No. Nope, not needed at this point. Sundial, every 3 times you shuffle your deck, gain 2 energy. Sure. Okay, we have enough energy generation at this point. Please stop it with the energy generation. It's way too much. Impervious is always nice. The problem with the Strange Spoon, cards with exhaust, when played, will instead discard 50% of the time, is that some of the time when you exhaust a card by playing it, you don't want it in your deck anymore. Like Shivs. But is that the case here? No. No, it isn't. Unless it starts putting, like, my wounds back into my deck, I think we're fine. I'm gonna take the Strange Spoon, and I'll take an Impervious. And I'll take a Power Potion for the final fight. Gonna dig in these locations. Potion Belt to gain 2 potion slots, sure. Huh. I'm just gonna save the extra damage for the Body Slam. Ooh. Okay. Armaments. Impervious. Entrench. Then Body Slam is... That's a lot of damage. Berserk. It's almost enough damage for a kill. I'll do it. And that was all without Barricade. Impervious and then Body Slam. Hell yeah. Okay, Red Skull. When your HP is at or below 50%, you have 3 additional strength. Sure. Bag of Preparation at the start of each combat. Draw 2 additional opening cards. That's actually going to be really important for me. This deck can probably kill the Transient as well. It's going to be good fun. Let's take the Offering. Ouch. Everything past this point kind of sucks. Can't play the Berserk. We can do like a lot of damage this turn, but then next turn I'm gonna have to find a way to deal some damage as well. Barricade in the sand. I really wish I could have just, at the end of that turn, done the second wind. Would have been very nice. Yeah, we're not going to get enough multiplications out here at this point. Oh well. Yeah, we're not going to be able to kill him with this. Damn it. I really wanted to. Blow it all up! And we'll throw in an extra attack for yucks. Strength Potion as well as no, and True Grit's not bad. Yeah. Take a single True Grit, dig once more. Dreamcatcher, whenever you rest, you made a card to your deck. Yeah, sure. In the only opportunity where that will never work for me. Take the Strength Potion. I'll take the Power Potion after we do our draw. The wounds! Damn you, wounds! I'll play the Sentinel. I'm looking for Barricade here. Got it. Now it's Impervious, and... Can I play 3 more cards this turn? Yes. And then I'll only get to play 2 cards next turn. Probably something in Entrench. That's fine. I want to play the Berserk, but it's not time. Okay. It's going to be Armaments and Entrench. 2, 3. This entire time I should have just had the Essence of Steel active, but we have it now. It's fine. Use both of those to make sure that I thin down my deck. There's the Entrench. Good. Okay, I'm going to Secret Technique the Ghostly Armor. I'll use Berserk. I'll use the Ghostly Armor, and then I'll Entrench. We're entirely out of the damage race at this point. We get an entrench in this hand, we win. Oh no, our draw was limited. I'm just going to skip the second phase of this fight as well. There's no reason to go into it. Okay. Oh, secret technique gains entrench, and then body slam for not enough damage. Because I'm weakened. Whoops. It was super close, you got to admit. Throw the fire potion for the kill. We're just slightly over 45 minutes, so we're not going to get that speed modifier. We'll get a speed modifier, but not the good one. 1255. Yeah, defensive decks typically get a high score. Yeah, beyond perfect. We've got champions for what we fought maximum elites every single floor. So we ended up fighting 9. We championed 6 of them. Got overkill in like our second fight or third fight or something like that. Could have gotten a faster victory, would have gotten 25 more off of that. If I dug more, then I upgraded and relied more heavily on armaments. I could have gotten I Like Shiny as well for an extra 50. Probably couldn't have done this deck without the Offering or the Barricade. I could have done it without Secret Technique or Impervious, but the Offering or the Barricade kind of both needed to be there. If I didn't take the second Shrug It Off, then I would have a... Yeah, that would be a Highlander deck, and I would have an extra 100. So I definitely shouldn't have done that if I was concerned about my score, which I'm not. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been 15 minutes of talk about the patch notes, and then the video game. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.